All right, y'all. Full video. Y'all go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, Let's get into it. Charlo's power is real. And that's just a reality. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about that, but he do got power. And now, if he goes up against Canelo, Canelo also has a chin. So it's going to be a hell of a good ass fight. Toe to toe. You have to look at this fight as more of like points, because Canelo, he gets a lot of credit for just throwing maybe one or two or three punches that round, good punches, and he wins the round. You know what I mean? That's how the judges look at it when you fight a Canelo. You know what I mean? So what would have to happen, and I think Canelo knows this, is that Charlo is going to have to outbox him. And, that's every round. Every round he would have to throw a lot of punches just so the judges could see that Canelo's getting outboxed in order for Charlo to beat Canelo. And then also at the same time, Charlo got to watch out for that punch because Canelo got that hook. And he can, and he's shown, and he will knock you out. So it'd be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Now against Boo Boo is a different style of fighter. You know what I mean? He's more of on the wild, like a wilder or something, that throws punches from everywhere, every direction. So it would be another hard fight for Canelo. And as a money aspect, as prize fighting, I understand why Canelo don't want to see these two fighters, and he's dodging them. He's been dodging them. I mean, even matter of fact, and this is record, Canelo could have unified the 154 division, but he chose not to. He chose to play with the division, and he even had his own weight class, the 152, so he didn't have to actually be responsible for 154. You know what I mean? He literally fought Floyd Mayweather, went down and fought somebody that was only 146 pounds. Floyd barely made 150. Night of the fight, he was only 146 pounds. At the same time, Canelo blew up back up to 170 pounds when he fought Floyd. Bigger, stronger, you know what I mean, younger. Floyd was way past his prime. So just to let you know that Canelo plays with these weights, it was a reason why he went all the way up to 174, because at that weight, none of those guys probably could really fuck with him. You know what I mean? So he was easy to come in there and snatch those belts. But if he really wanted to, prove that he was the greatest, he either come down to 160 or fight at 168, what he's currently at. You know what I mean? Because both of those fighters, Charlo and Boo Boo, agreed to fight at 168. So, all his arguments is kind of baseless. You know what I mean? But I understand why Canelo don't want to see these guys, and he calls them boring. Yeah, how the hell you boring? In the last few fights, Jamel, he knocked them out. You know what I mean? So you can't say that. You know what I mean? But I understand why he's saying it. You know what I mean? He don't want to see these guys. And as a boxer, I wouldn't want to see him either. Not saying that Canelo gonna lose to these guys. I'm just saying it's gonna be a harder fight. And most fighters in prize fighting use too much money on the line to risk it for for this type of styles of fights where he knows he's gonna be at a disadvantage. That's what it's all about. And a lot of people don't know, people talk about gloves, weight, you know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff. That stuff matters in boxing. And I know y'all don't understand all of that, but it does. Foot movement, that stuff matters. That's why a lot of people didn't have a chance against Pac-Man, because he had that foot movement. You know what I mean? And he would be all over the place, everywhere. But let's get into it. Let's debate. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Canelo's doing better now. He's fighting better fighters. You know what I mean? And he's doing his thing. You got to give him credit. Hit the subscribe button, like button, full video on YouTube. Share the video. Share it. That's how this works. Share it. Love y'all. Oh boy.